Hey there. I'm starting this personal journal as a supplement to my official logs. Sorry, this is Commander Michael Pinsky, Chief Engineer in Materials Study. Our mission is a matter of international prestige, and everyone here is a celebrity back on Earth. Although I think my name will be forgotten in about 100 days when we return to the home planet. I didn't leave the ship. I didn't see the sharp-spired surface of Eridan. I didn't enter the crystalline catacombs that we found there. These are just my thoughts. I know it'll be hard to understand later, but right now we are all exhausted. We work 12-hour shifts. We only get a break every 10 days. It's a hard schedule to keep. I don't know. On the trip out, we got tired of the routine. Not enough changes. The equipment works better than any system I've worked with before. Nothing broke down, so we had nothing to fix to stay busy. Funny that we'd complain about that. But then we got to Eridan. What we found there, the artifacts, the bodies of those creatures, a whole civilization. Taking it all in has aged us. We're tired, and we need to rest. When we get back, I'll be glad to be forgotten. I don't envy Fresconi and Hitachi their fame. Michael here. Just a short add-on to what I said yesterday. We had a party for Corelli today. It's her birthday, and it turns out that Van Dorn had been fermenting sugars in some bags in the rec room. Sneaky guy. We all had some to drink, and it let the tension out. Leslie even kissed me. It was a weird night. It was like everyone let their guard down. It gave me hope that we can make the voyage back. We are back into the routine. I haven't recorded a log in the last couple days, but I've been on shift. There is one artifact that has seized my interest. It's a box, or a cube, about 1 meter on each side. We have it classified as organic. It's coated with a kind of resin or lacquer and was presumed to be fossilized. Well, I picked up an electromagnetic reading from it. The details are in my station log, but forget the details. It's still working. We have something here from a sentient, ancient, extinct alien species, and it works, or something. I'm taking multi-images to get a sense of its structure. I am excited. Okay, second log today. I left the last video off on an understatement. I'm beyond excited. I can't sit still. I wait for every new blip of data. I don't know if I'll be doing any personal logs again for a while. There is just so much important work to do. So if I don't record for a few days again, that's why. I'm up early. I can't sleep the last couple of days. It's 05:30 ship's hours. I've been having dreams. Recurring dreams. In my dreams, I'm on an alien planet. The air feels different. All the colors are different. I have the distinct impression that this place is Eridan. That's just the kind of feeling that you get in a dream, you know, a certainty. But that's not what I want to call the place in my dream. I want to use some alien word. How I dream this ancient Eridan. It has a pearlescent sky. There are trees, green trees that stretch upward on silvery appendages. There's no grass, just a kind of orange tip fungus or mushrooms that grow up about half a meter tall. Everything smells like sea air. There's salt in the air. I can taste it on my tongue. It makes me think of the shores of the Atlantic where I grew up. It's beautiful. Damien has gotten sick. He was working on the first incisions on the box. I think he had a loose seal in his suit or micropuncture. He's a brilliant surgeon, so I don't see where he could have made a mistake. But I guess he's had the least practice in his skill set of all of us since coming aboard. He's gotten used to operating the Waldo and remote industrial operations. Even though he was wrapped head to toe in plastic sheeting, the operation he performed on the biological entity we are now referring to as Boxy has left him sick. He's confined to the infirmary for observation. Dr. Stark, that's Leslie, is in charge of his case. She has issued a suggestion to the unit that we cease our investigations into Boxy. Although it pains me to halt our research, I will of course comply with her request. There is plenty of data to sort through at any rate. I just hope that Damien gets better quickly. He's a good friend of mine. Oh, 300 ship's time. I just had the most incredible dream. I was winged and I was flying over this amazing crystal city. There were mountains everywhere. The same mountains we see on Eridan now, but everything on the surface was different. There was life in greens and purples and some other color. I can only describe it as sound. It was alive with sound. I could see it. I could taste and feel an electric pulse from the city. I have this itch in my mind. There's a question, but I have no words for it. I think Boxy has the answer. I'm obsessed with this data. I don't want to stop reading it. I don't know how else to describe my state of mind right now. I have a question that needs an answer. I have broken Leslie's order. I opened the containment and continued the procedure on Boxy. Inside the resin shell, there is an organic mass. I was able to unhinge the shell and reveal the calcified mass inside. I touched my fingers, my bare fingers, to the material, and I felt the charge move through me. It was like the touch of God. I felt like Adam in that famous painting. I was transformed. I can see things now like I did in my dream. I can see the sounds in the air. I can feel the electricity in the ship's circuits. It's sublime. I can taste a hint of salt on everyone's skin. Damien is not getting any better. Leslie is very upset. I've tried to console her. I'll have to see if I can do something of substance. I've come up with a test. Further hand contact with the calcified substance in Boxy's interior has led me to conjecture that by touching Damien, I can discern the source of his illness. I think it works like an ultrasound. I have become attuned to the inner life, the real workings of things. I can feel life. I can see inside of objects. I can help him. I have been in isolation for the last 10 days. I violated Damien's quarantine. Leslie anesthetized me and put me in isolation. I have now returned to my duties. I will not touch Boxy again, nor review the data associated with that project. With my 10-day of isolation, I am now behind in several projects of more immediate importance to the mission. Captain Hendricks has ordered that I attend to these matters. I will, of course, follow my orders and serve as an asset to the mission. I need a cigarette. I got in a fight with Josing today. There's something about him, the sound of him, that's disturbing. He's an unsightly little man, saltless. When I look at him, I see nothing but water in his veins. I can hear the sluggish beat of his heart. He called me unbalanced. I'll talk to Boxy about it. Damien is dead. Boxy is alive. The two are connected, and I am the bridge. Boxy is alive. Protein, salt, organic matter. The calcified tissue has softened, and now there is a pulse. A fluid regulates sugars within the tissue. Boxy is waking up. We had a funeral today for Dr. Marcus Damien. He was a very good friend of mine. Our relationship went back over 13 years. I will miss him so much. He had a sense of humor like you wouldn't find anywhere else. His death is a loss for humanity. He will be remembered, and he will be mourned. He is the only casualty of this mission. I don't know if I will ever recover from this loss. Exciting things are happening. Boxy talks to me. It's more images and impressions than words, but there are words. It's organic, all right, based on the DNA of a third species, an older species, a protean species. It wants to help. It wants to be of service. It talks to me in my dreams. It helps me to see things, connections in the pattern that is older than my own species. I am doing my best to listen. I gained entrance to the mainframe yesterday. I can access the system by touch. I pried open a service switch and I felt the stream of data. Boxy helps me manage the system. It's like a neural backup. I can now manipulate any system in the ship from any physical switch in the system. I have locked down the bridge, medical, and engineering. I am the only person in these 3 compartments. Hitoshi, Gosling, Karam, and Leslie were in the compartment as well. I have fed them to Boxy, with the exception of Leslie, who I am keeping anesthetized. With the increase in organic matter, Boxy is recovering even more of her faculties. My senses continue to expand. Captain Hendricks is attempting to gain entrance to the bridge. His command codes cannot override my lockdown of the mainframe, but his emergency codes can operate the fail-safes on manual systems. He and 3 crewmen have obtained environment suits and are on the exterior of the craft, making their way to the bridge. They have gotten into the outer airlock, but I have blocked their access to the inner airlock. I will wait for them to run out of air. They got the inner airlock open. It's a long story how they did it, but it involves the robotics bay and upper engineering. They managed to bypass my neural control through a subsystem. I responded by opening all airlocks in that side of the ship and venting the personnel into space. That leaves the 4 men in the bridge area to deal with. I am now at war. To give you an update on how the conflict is progressing, I have lost control of the bridge, but retain control of the mainframe. Best of luck to my opponents, but they will have to come to this portion of the ship to get me. I got the drop on Michelson. I fed him to Boxy. 3 more to go. I have subdued the remaining crew. I am feeding them to Boxy 1 at a time. She wants to consume Leslie as well. I don't want her to. This is where I draw the line. I must do something to retain myself. Sometimes I find myself dreaming of that mysterious, ancient world. I get so lost in its beauty. I awake from the dream in the middle of some task. I don't remember what I was doing the moment before. It's now just me and Boxy and Leslie. We are traveling back to Earth. It is very peaceful aboard the ship now. I went to pay Leslie a visit. She wasn't there. I've looked all over the ship for her, but I can't find her. Boxy won't say where she went either. I miss her. Soon we will dock. I will bring Boxy to the people of Earth.